Hi, Marcel, the wood butcher here. Excuse me, I didn't shave today. I've got an abscessed tooth. My cheek's a little swollen, and I'm not feeling in the best of spirits today. But I really wanted to post this. Two things. Number one, hey, I'm making myself a sign to display at the various craft shows that we're signed up for and stuff like that as the wood butcher, and I figured I'd let you take a look at it. What do you think? It's not finished yet. I still have to post. And this area over here is going to be my logo picture of me in my, Marine Corps dress blues with the cigar hanging out of my mouth that you that do visit me on YouTube and subscribe are familiar with. And then a couple other little things I'm going to throw on there, like the email address, which, yes, I did establish. I'm in the process of trying to establish a website, and also in the process of trying to establish a presence on Facebook. I really want to make the wood butcher work. You like that? The big red line under the? Okay, anyway, enough of that. I want to show you something, how if you're working on projects and something didn't quite work out the way that you thought it would because you were doing it from the head with no plans yet, because you would make the plans after you did it, which is the way I do a lot of things. Sometimes I'll draw drawings before, but I find it easier just to cut and do. Okay? And what I tried to attempt was, well, you guys know I do a lot of birdhouses and bird feeders. So I tried to attempt what is considered a log cabin or, rustic log birdhouse construction. So I took pieces of poplar and I painstakingly, half-lapped them, just like the old Lincoln logs we used to play with. Painstakingly half-lapped them. That's one piece. Here's another piece, right? And like I said, this was popular. This isn't pine. This isn't that cheap crap you get from your box stores or whatever. Excuse me, I put my hand in the way, or whatever. I had 3.5 layers of it done. 3 layers done. And the reason I say 3.5, because these two pieces and this piece that isn't notched yet, I said, you know what? This is too much of a pain in the ass. It's too much labor intensive, and it's going to cost the end consumer too much. So, I figured, what the hell am I going to do with the 3 that I already have built, glued, and everything together? I thought. I said, because the lap joints fit together fine. They fit together fine. They're nice and level on the top. What am I going to do with them? I'm thinking, and I said, trivets. Yes, hot pan or whatever, trivets that are 3/4 inches high, right? Lap jointed, half lap jointed to be level, and a nice piece of ceramic tile on top to make it heat resistant. Well, then I'm looking at these frames. They looked kind of boring, because they were basically white poplar lap joints put together. Then the fire started in my mind. What do I do to make these guys saleable or giftable? Either one of the two. I'd rather sell them. And here's what I came up with. I came up with trivets that, well, they ended up the base. This is without the ceramic tile installed. They look like this. Okay, I took the wood, I stained it with, well, one of my favorite stains, Early American, and then I laid the tiles on, excuse me, I got to get a tile that's not drying. You know, I got these, I think they're 5.5 inch, whatever, right? And I decided I was going to lay them on there, kind of diagonal, like that, right? I didn't like the way they looked that way. It just looked too plain. I hope I got a good shot of that for you guys. You know, I'll try to do it overhead. I decided, because everything else is like, you know, and I don't want to be looked at like, what was his name, Frank Lloyd Wright, where everything was square, even though it is. So I decided to catty corner them that way. Okay? Then I looked at the stained wood. This is before I stained the wood. And I said to myself, there's something missing. So what I did is I stained the wood with Early American stain, one coat, and then put the tile back on. Looked at it, it looked nice. I said, it's still missing something for that pop to make people say, I want that for my picnic table, my kitchen, or my dining room table. I want that. So I thought, again, the neighbors smelt the wood burning from my mind working, and I decided, I have a box of brass thumbtacks that were old furniture tacks. A box of them. Probably about 250, 500 of them. I don't even know how many are in the goddamn thing, right? And I said, you know what? That dark wood needs something to make it pop. So I installed, and by eye, you want to make this look rustic? Don't pull out the square and try to get them all centered and everything like that, you know. But on each end piece, and then on the top, where the corners are going to show, because I'm making the tile diagonal, you know, on each piece. I gotta tell you, it made this thing pop. I laid the first tile on it. Let's try to get a good shot of this again. I laid the first tile on it. It looked okay. However, there was something missing. Something really, really missing. The white edge of the ceramic tile just made it too hideous of a transition from the wood to where the ceramic tile, oh, excuse me, got my fat fingers in the way, to where the wood and the ceramic tile met each other. So I looked at this. I looked at how raw ceramic tile really is on the edges, right? And I said, you know what? If end cut wood can accept stain, although it takes a little more because it's end cut, because it's more porous, why can't tile? So what I did is I took one of those medium grade little, the sponge sanding blocks. I sanded the heck out of the edge of these, and not that much, just enough to take, whatever the store had on there and people's grubby hands in the store and this and that, just enough to make it kind of a fresh surface again. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to attempt to stain the edges with the same early American stain that I stained the wood. And here's the result. The ceramic tile, the raw edges, actually accepted the stain a lot better than I thought it was going to. I thought I was going to do nothing but make a mess. I mean, well, I guess some of you experienced guys, but some of you less experienced guys know about using wax paper and butcher paper, on your boards when you're staining and stuff like that, so you don't mess, your whole surface up. Well, the finished product. Whoop! Sorry, didn't make you dizzy. Damn phone fell over. There we go. Out. You back on orientation? Okay, we're back. That was just a test of how sometimes there can be zero gravity in the wood butcher's workshop. Okay? So, after we stained the edges, I laid and installed the brass furniture tacks. Oh, and when you're installing brass furniture tacks, there's two things, or actually three things, that you want to make double damn sure of. Number one is that the shaft on the tack is not bent. Number two, don't use a square and a ruler and this and that to completely center it where you're putting it. Eye it. It's supposed to look rustic. Eye it. After a while, if it looks like it's way off, pull it out, start again, right? And my advice is, do not use a regular heavy framing hammer or something like that. What you want to do is you want to get yourself one of these tack hammers, a carpet tack hammer. They're very light, they're very efficient, they're very inexpensive, and but because you don't want to be wailing the crap out of these tacks putting them in. Okay? And anyway, here's now the tile is not affixed to the frame yet, but it will be very soon, probably tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, whatever. But here's what it ends up looking like. The transition between the wood and the tile is now melded. The brass tacks throw a little niceness to it. And let me see if I can do this from overhead. And that's kind of what it looks like. I mean, pardon the centering here, because, like I said, the tile is not affixed yet. But I really thought that staining the edge of the tile was like the perfect touch. Okay, when you stain the edge of the tile, I highly, highly, highly recommend, and I always will when it comes to staining, using those little triangular foam brush things. Give me a second to reach one. Come on. Every other time you fall out the bag. Now you won't give me one? Okay.